Hi, my name is Kevin Mora, and I like men. Welcome back to the Bay One Entertainment Podcast.
So true.
This is the podcast that you love
So
to watch
true.
every single week, no matter what. It is more consistent than breathing. It is more consistent than a heartbeat, and we are here for you. Consistency is king.
He's only
you
saying
fucking
facts
bitch.
right now.
So true.
Welcome
And
back
with
to the
right
podcast.
aggression.
We are your host. I'm Philip Beavers.
I'm Nick Bradshaw, and Phil's got a lot of energy today.
I'm Philip Beavers, and I also like men.
I've got a
That's
lot of
true.
energy because we just did 5 minutes and the thing was not recording.
It crashed.
Yeah, it did crash.
We
had
love
to restart,
that.
unfortunately.
We fucking love that. Well, you know what? Give me a recap of what you just said. How you guys feeling this week?
dude, I'm
so great.
I'm tired.
So
it's a great week. I'm ready for a great show, but it's been, as you said, the weeks keep on weeking.
Weeks
I just
keep
will not
on-
stop.
Hey, the circus
Freaking
always comes
weekend.
back to town, baby.
That's it.
Not a
Yeah.
thing.
It will be a thing.
You
I
tell
heard
me.
Phil on a business call just before we started recording this, and he's trying out that new phrase with his boss, and I just hear him go like, "Yeah, you know, circus always comes to town."
Yeah.
No, it's a new thing I'm trying to. I don't know. It's cool. It's all right. And I was just like, all right,
Well,
yes.
because I'm also like,
I've been there. I've done that many times.
I'm never that guy who like tries out a phrase or
That's
tries
because
like a
nobody
catchphrase
does
or-
that.
Well,
Who
it's just
does that?
Most people who
Some
try
guys
out.
try that.
Woo.
Like Jeff Goldblum.
You know what that always makes me think
Comment
of?
below what your phrase that you've tried to make stick.
You guys remember Zoe 101, the show
Yeah.
from Nickelodeon?
Oh
You
yeah,
guys
yeah,
remember-
Where
remember
what's her
Drippin'?
face got pregnant from the
Yes.
producer.
Yeah, that was
Jamie Lynn Spears
Wait,
got
Jamie Lynn
Really?
Spears was pregnant from the producer?
Yeah, so that's a big conspiracy on it.
Really?
Well, so
Is that real?
it did get canceled because she got pregnant. Jamie
Yeah,
Lynn
well, no,
Spears
no,
got
that I
pregnant, it
knew,
got
and that was
canceled, right?
confirmed.
So
But she had a boyfriend at the time.
well,
producer
so
is
what the
crazy.
conspiracy is that, or no, there was a conspiracy that at another point she was pregnant and had to get an abortion because Dan Schneider. The fucking, not even going to say alleged, pedophile producer from Nickelodeon,
Yeah.
got her pregnant, made her get an abortion so they wouldn't cancel the show, and then she got pregnant again from her actual boyfriend, and that's when they canceled it.
Gotcha.
That's
know-
the conspiracy behind it.
My one thing that I do know is around that time, the Spears mother was going to release a book on good parenting,
Hilarious.
Damn.
While also
Yeah.
keeping the
conservatorship.
far more interesting, attractive, and famous person and talented person in their family in a conservatorship that put her in a vice grip mentally for the rest of her life.
Mhm.
Now, granted, have you guys been seeing what Britney Spears posts?
Listen,
She might as well get an OnlyFans and make $1
Yeah.
billion.
I'll
She would
choose-
make $1 billion.
she scares the fuck out of me. How does she allowed home by herself? I'm not gonna lie, that shit makes
Yeah,
me
it's-
worried.
with
It's
children, with her
uncomfortable.
sons, by the way.
Oh, she is okay.
She has 2 sons.
I'm not gonna lie, that makes it how old?
I don't know. Let's see.
You know, the Snapchat
Like-
tabloids love covering her.
Oh
So every
yeah,
now and then
because
I'll
she's a
flip through
fucking
those,
psycho, dude.
and it's always
so
just
funny.
the upward camera angle, and she's like
Wow, 18 and
dancing
19.
around in
Yeah.
her house. And
The-
I'm just like, there's something
Younger than I thought.
not right.
Older
know,
than I thought, honestly. 18
literally-
and 19?
Literally, it's almost like if she was not famous already, she'd be a lol cow. She would be a lol cow. She
Maybe.
would be, yes, people
You
would just
never
tune in at this point just to see her dance like a maniac barefoot outside with the wild eyes. Like, that is all that she does on her stories anymore. And that's why I go, like, don't stop it. I like it. Keep it up. But who cooks for these kids?
Dude, my
When
thing
do you
is like,
clean?
what is
I
it
ain't never
like,
seen you dancing with a fucking rag and a dish soap.
bro, what is it like having Britney Spears as your mom and her just being fucking out there mentally?
Probably awesome. Probably do whatever you want.
I mean, they've got a
Probably.
huge house. They have access to whatever the fuck they want. Drugs, parties,
Yep.
cars, fucking
Books.
traveling, holiday.
Textbooks. Maybe they like education, man. You don't know. Put a
Kids
lot
that
on
grew
this.
up in
I mean,
Hollywood.
the pendulum
That's-
does swing hard the
No,
other way
bro,
sometimes.
no fucking
You never know.
shot. They're intellectuals. Like no.
Well, I don't think that they're intellectuals.
Now,
I just
what
think
would
that they
be
might.
interesting-
I think they might be. Think about the bullshit they saw of their mother on TV.
They might reject the
That-
celebrity.
that might fuck
angle.
you up enough to reject it all and be like, you know what? I'm gonna make something myself. I want to do this by the bootstraps.
Yeah.
How often do we hear about that happening though?
Well, that's the thing.
Look
We
at
never
Chet
hear
Hanks,
about
like,
it.
He fucking fell off.
Well, the only thing I'll say is like that isn't as interesting of a story. You know.
What? What's wrong about Chet Hanks? What?
I don't know. I
Big
didn't say
up,
anything.
rip us up.
I didn't say anything.
No, what are you protecting? Like You have an NDA from Chet Hanks or
maybe,
something?
Maybe I do. Who's to say?
He does.
What is happening?
Yeah, he
Why are
is.
you so dodgy?
I represented him, actually.
You're so dodgy about
I
Chet
just don't want
Hanks.
to talk
I was
about
the
Chet
witness
Hanks.
when he had to sign the NDA.
I just don't want to talk about Chet Hanks. What's there to talk about?
His Z-Way interview was hilarious.
That was pretty fucking good.
I've been watching Z-Way a lot more lately.
Yeah,
I need to watch more of her stuff.
She's
Fun.
so funny, bro.
it's fun. I like Z-Way.
It is funnier though when a guest like makes her uncomfortable. So like the
George Santos interview is fantastic.
George Santos one is funny.
Love that one.
She's not uncomfortable, but the Caleb Hurley, whatever.
Early.
The fat fucking glasses comedian.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Oh yeah.
But also the chick, the Uncut Gems chick, what's her name?
Julia Fox.
Julia Fox. That one, you can tell like she's giving answers to Z-Way, and Z-Way's like, you're actually out of your fucking mind. Like,
Dude,
that's
awesome.
crazy.
No, Julia Fox is so far gone that she's like such an icon. I
dude,
love
she's
her.
so lucid now. Like,
I love her.
She just is
She controls.
eccentric. Yes.
She
That's the
controls
thing.
the environment. She has the
She's-
reality like cosmic shard with her. Like she can change that shit.
By the way, he's referencing something from our D&D campaign.
I could have just said like Marvel or like.
I get
Infinity
no, like I feel like
Stones or
anybody can
whatever,
catch it, but yeah, maybe we do a little D&D.
That
Maybe
is
there's a reality shark.
hilarious.
No, she
dude.
controls her reality. That's what I'm saying, and I love that.
I could tell when you said reality, I was like, is he about to say shard from our fucking campaign?
And then when I saw the panic, it made me lock in.
No, I like it. Shout out to Bernie, dude. Shout out to Bernard
Shout
Scudder.
out to Bernie.
Also, we'll be make sure to watch out for content coming from Bernard Scudder on the BOE Podcast Network. We don't know what it's gonna be called yet, so NDA, TBD.
TBD.
What am I-
NDA is
Non-disclosure
that's what I have with
Yeah, I
Chet
don't know why I
Hanks.
said that.
That's okay. It's all right. But yeah, Comic
TBA,
Cast.
to
That's
be
gonna be
announced.
fun. I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
We got to build the set for it. Do
Nick
a
will be a
couple other
co-host
things.
of that.
Yeah, we're gonna have
It's
some
gonna be
fun. We're gonna talk
Fucking
about
dork.
some comics, some DC and Marvel stuff, and hopefully introduce you guys to some stuff you might not have heard of. We're gonna look at like Image Comics and some of the other like non-big two players, and yeah, just like niche stuff, the Amalgam Comics. Like, yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Look
I'm
into the
excited.
universe from that Israeli dude that owns Power Rangers.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about, like Bug Bot or
Oh yes, you're right. Yeah,
Bug
yeah.
Bots or whatever.
Yeah,
like,
I get
it
that.
was that
Beetleborgs.
rabbit.
the Beetleborgs, which is
Yeah.
like the original Power
Yeah.
Rangers.
And we're
all
not
that
just going to limit it completely to comics. Like, we're not going to go into media or anything else like that. But even like graphic novels and that type of thing, Bernie and I have talked about, like, you know,
Hell
covering
yeah.
as well. So
Haim
it's gonna be really cool, man. I'm excited. It's gonna be fun. Hope we can do a like Saturday morning like cartoon or like more of
Oh,
a
that'd be so
comic
sick.
strip like in the paper type of episode as well. I'd love to talk about Calvin and Hobbes a little bit.
Bro,
and
if
that
you
kind of
talk
thing
about
and be a
Sunday
ton of
morning
fun.
comics, I would love to be on that.
100%.
I watched. I read them every single week for
Yeah.
like 17 years straight.
Yep.
I
Hagar the
love
Horrible.
them, bro.
Yep.
Agar the
classic.
Horrible.
I have
Agar.
4 Calvin and Hobbes books,
Same, yep.
3 Far Side comic
Oh,
books.
I love Far Side.
I
They
have
were
God.
good.
2 of the ones from Zitz.
The
about
Archie
the
comics
teenager.
weren't bad either.
I had like 7 Garfield ones, but Hurricane Harvey took those. Thanks a lot.
There you go.
Yeah, no, I do.
Rip.
I love the Sunday morning comics.
So yeah,
I would
I'd love to
jump
make
on
that like a more regular fixture as well. Whenever we're producing, where it's like we'll just talk about that for a little bit, some of our favorites, because I loved Calvin. and
Honestly, you should
Hobbes.
bring Rick Myers on that.
I would love to. I
Because
Oh,
love
he knew the
Rick.
guy who
Shout out
drew
to Rick,
Hagar the
dude.
Horrible.
Shout out
to Rick
Rick
Myers.
Yeah.
We need
You
to finally
fucking
get your
old
goddamn
kook.
documentary done so we can put it
Fuck.
out after years
In
and
the
years of
works.
production. But in the works, TBD. It will be really cool when it comes out. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, and that's a Bo guarantee.
Bo guarantee.
A boutique.
And if it's not cool when it comes out, Nick has to recircumcise himself.
I don't even know how I would do that.
I
Oh,
got an
dude,
idea.
wait. You're not supposed to tell anybody that my foreskin grows back every day.
Well, I just did,
Well, now
and
I
you
gotta,
just confirmed it.
Well, now I gotta untell everybody. So we were talking about comics.
Yeah, so Rick Myers.
Yeah,
Pretty
anyway.
cool.
Yeah, whatever. So one thing that's crazy about this weather is it's getting kind of hot now.
Yeah, it's
It is kind of hot.
steamy.
It's so hot.
It's getting really
I have to
hot.
speak. I
actually.
feel a need to speak. Something like a hot minute. Hot take.
Hot take. Hot take.
Yes.
I can't believe that didn't clip the mic just now.
That's pretty good.
It was a pretty controlled scream.
Yeah, you did
actually.
good. You kept it at a
I'm
nice
like
level.
impressed.
I try to. That's
A
my
good
act-
resonance.
that's my acting training.
That's who I am.
That's my 10 years of acting training.
So who's going first?
Here,
Who went first last
Welcome back
time?
to the Hot Minute Hot Takes. It's your favorite game. It's your favorite game on the show. Everyone knows how the rule works. 60 seconds on the clock, 20 seconds each, because we actually have everyone here this week, and we're not over Zoom for the
Actually
first time
have
in
everyone
weeks.
here this
chill
week.
out. We'll talk about that.
Wow, we actually have
Chill
everyone
the
this
fuck
time.
out.
Someone decided to skip because the podcast is not important to him, but we're not going to name names. We're not naming names.
So
It's
true.
fine, dude. He doesn't care about the cast, doesn't care about his friend. No, I'm just kidding.
Nah.
You know what? Since he wasn't here last week, Kevin's going to go first.
All right.
This
He's up
week.
first.
So we're going to go Kevin,
Fine.
Nick, and then me.
Sounds good.
Are we ready? Let me get a stopwatch going so I can time this. We're doing well, gentlemen. Gentlemen. Gentile.
I'm a gentile.
A couple of Gentiles in this room.
Yes.
Wait, no, aren't we? Isn't Gentile the Jewish people, and then Goyim is the non-Jewish?
Yeah, no, that's the thing, because I want to say something, but I actually don't know.
Actually just fell right out of my head. I thought gentiles were
Goy
more
is
reference
Goy
to-
is
The person who is
Jewish.
not Jewish is Gentile.
Yeah,
Wait, what is
there you
Goy?
go.
Goyim is the Yiddish word for Gentiles.
Yeah.
Goyim.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Gentiles, gentiles.
I know because when we worked at Adorama, I heard one of the Hasidic guys call us goys.
Yes.
And I
Yes,
was
he
like,
did. We were
you
in the
know what?
elevator together.
At least you're being honest.
In the elevator together.
in
is
the elevator.
crazy.
Yep.
Not even trying to pretend, not hiding.
No, they didn't give a fuck because they own the fucking business. So why would
I mean, listen, if I own the business,
What
yeah.
were we gonna do?
these fucking floorman goys, dude.
Yeah,
Like,
you know what? I would say
sales
the same
goys.
thing. You're lucky.
Which,
I'm
by the
not.
way, I do wish I had my name tag said Philip and then it said sales goy on the bottom
That'd be
of it.
pretty
That would have been
sales
hilarious.
boy
hilarious.
instead of sales boy.
Sales goy.
Video goy for
Yeah.
me.
Audio
Is
goy,
right there.
audio and customer service goy.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyways,
All right,
Oh.
Kev.
are we ready? In
Ooh.
3, 2, 1.
Don't you ever fucking give me absolute vodka. Don't you ever fucking give me absolute vodka. That shit's fucking horrible. I don't know what the fuck that was made for. I think less of you if you actually drink that. That shit's fucking terrible. Ugh, what's wrong with you? Ugh, why'd you do that? Ah!
If I'm sharing my fries with you, I can double dip. Okay? It's my sauce. They're my fries. If I'm offering them to you, you're in my world now, baby. I can do whatever I want. Now, if we're sharing mozzarella sticks, I get a group order for the fries. Of course. Do the usual table manners. But when it's mine, it's mine.
If you own a pug, a bulldog, a dachshund, or any one of those nasty fuck-ass inbred dogs, you are the same person as Josef Mengele and the other Nazi scientists. Why the fuck would you ever willingly buy that dog when you know it's a genetic cesspool of human brutality and contribute to inhumane practices? You sick fuck.
Oh, I couldn't agree more.
Now, here's the thing. I ran that by my girlfriend the other day, and she goes, you understand that, like, our dogs are one of those, right?
Yeah.
It's like,
our
yeah.
fucking Shih Tzu poodles. And I was like,
100%.
I said,
I said what I said.
I
I
said what I said.
What do you want me to
My
say?
monitor just went off, but that's cool.
There we go.
It's fine. I can see myself on the little one.
Cool.
Anyways, but yeah, no, I was sitting there like I hate seeing bulldogs and pugs so much that
Oh,
it's
dude.
It pisses me off.
I like there's only like one real class of animal that I don't care about, and that's vermin, and more specifically rats and mice. But for some reason too, with those dogs, it's not the same level of apathy, but there is something in me that's like, you shouldn't be here for your sake.
Oh,
Mm.
dude. My sister-in-law has a French bulldog. And
Awful.
every time that we're in the same place together, I just feel so bad for this.
Yeah,
fucking
man.
thing.
Yeah.
And the worst part is she flies with him all the time, which those dogs are not supposed to do, which is not great. So it's like, lady.
Is the pressure like really bad for their
yeah,
I'm
they
about to
can
say, are
barely
they not-
breathe.
Okay,
So
true.
like putting them into a high pressure environment.
and the air is thinner?
And it's not like a
Yeah.
type of thing of me being like, yes, I know dogs. I'm an expert. Their
I know
vet
dogs.
has told them this. Do not travel with him. They do. And I'm just like, guys, the fuck? And I
This
stand
poor
on
fucking
business. When I
dog.
see y'all at Christmas, talk to me about this shit. I know you don't watch this fucking show, but if you ever catch this, I'm standing on business with this. That dog shouldn't exist. Not because he's not a good dog, because he's suffering every moment that he's alive. Every moment, and you guys are perpetuating his suffering.
Yep.
Fuck you for that.
Like,
Sincerely, fuck you.
What
for
I
that.
don't get about it is why you need the dog to look like that. Don't you just be happy with a dog? That's why I don't
Get
get
a stuffed
like
animal,
dog people.
and then
like-
you can feel good about
yeah,
yourself.
Yeah,
right.
designer
It's
for
just
you,
like
dude.
if the
Yep.
shape and the like matter like is important to you, then you don't want a dog. You want a stuffed animal.
Yeah, you want a toy.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
go get a toy.
Like, what do you want a dog?
Get
Like,
a fucking pack of Play-Doh, some brown Play-Doh, form it in whatever
Pack of
shape you
Play-Doh.
want,
That's
and then let's
crazy.
go. You're good.
See, I was just saying
That's it.
Build-A-Bear.
Oh, maybe Build-A-Bear as well. That could
Pack
work.
of
Or
Play-Doh
maybe
is
get
crazy.
over your selfish fucking narcissistic needs and understand that having another living being in your house isn't going to make you happier.
Now, I'll also say this.
Or
For
don't.
sake of argument, like
don't.
we're talking about this from the angle of the cruelty towards the dog. So it's that similar thing of like, I mean, the dog already exists.
Yeah, but
so
kill
giving
it.
him a good home, like I understand that part of it. I'm not saying that like if you're adopting these
What
dogs,
does it doesn't know any better?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. And
Between
then
life and
that gets
death?
into a
Let,
whole
look, okay, let's
Wait,
get-
you know what? If you get a
That's-
dog, choose between life and death. I'm gonna bet you it's gonna.
But
choose
also,
life.
you're just talking about exterminating inferior dogs.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
eugenics. You just came back around to
But it's
being
not
Joseph
humans. It doesn't have the
Mengele.
same impact on humanity.
But
like
you're calling
humans
them
do.
Nazis for selectively breeding them. You just want to mass extinguish a bunch of them.
I
That's
actually-
also
The dog is not as
Nazi-esque.
much a problem. It's more of the breeders. We should definitely
That is
kill the breeders.
Nazi-esque. What do you want me to
Okay,
say?
then kill all the
It is
breeders.
Nazi-ish.
Kill all the breeders and let them go off into some fuck ass plains or like valley
What,
area
just
and let them live the rest of their
Open the
lives.
fucking cages.
Yeah.
Run!
Let
like
nature
in-
take its course. So, I didn't do it. That makes it better.
like
They're
in-
gonna fucking die anyways.
It's like
Who
in Rick and
cares?
Morty, where we put them on the planet all to their own, and they build the dog society
That's
and everything.
Well, like they're not
Beautiful.
gonna do anything. Like, okay, equate it to humans. You put a bunch of like backwoods Appalachia fucking sunken-eyed fucks. Okay, you think they're really having a good quality of life, not
No.
understanding left
No, of
and
course
right
not.
for the whole their entire lives and
as
not being able to speak?
As Family Guy said,
They
though,
can. First of
shouldn't-
all,
shouldn't touch eyes be able to
Yeah.
exist, though?
What?
Shouldn't touch eyes be able to exist,
what's
though?
touch at? Like,
Like-
eyes are touching.
Yeah, like, come on.
Sure.
Dude, you know what? You want to know a real hot take?
Uh-oh.
No. No, they shouldn't. Sorry.
Oh man.
What are we
God,
doing
I
with
love
that at that point, dude?
No.
What are
I
we
know.
like? What are we doing without it? Like, yeah, it's the big world.
What are we
Fuck
doing
who you
without
want.
it? Progressing.
Progressing
Like-
where? We got the iPhone already.
Taking up property value, taking up actual carbon and oxygen in our fucking atmosphere. Like, see you later.
Oh my god.
And this comes from a guy who's from the South, like the deep South, as South as you can go with a metropolitan area, dude. I'm related to those kind of people. See you later. I don't give a fuck.
Do you have any incest in your family?
Not that I know of, no.
That's always the key.
But
Not
also
that I
like,
know of.
but the family, the side of the family that would do that is like is on my dad's side super extended. So they live in like Missouri and Mississippi,
We never
but
see
like
them. It's fine.
no,
a reason.
literally
No, I
yes.
know, I
Once
know.
my grandma died, we stopped going to family reunions because you guys hate us. I really fucking hate you. Fuck, are we doing?
Yeah, there's no point.
And I should clarify, we don't hate each other. It's just like
We don't
they
get
always
along.
saw us as this like city slicker bullshit, and I see them as what I said, fuck ass inbred sunken-eyed fucks.
There's no hate.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
hate
no
you.
hate there.
Clear
I'm
Come
not
on.
gonna go
Yeah,
hunt you
no,
down.
No.
and, like-
Here's my hot take. I 100% agree. I don't think there's any hate there. I just think that you think what you think.
Yeah, you're on
And I think that they
different-
think what they think.
Thank you.
You're on
dude.
different
I
pages.
think what I think,
That's
dude.
all.
The circus
all.
always comes back to town.
What does that mean?
Circus always comes to town. baby.
Circus always comes to town,
Does
brother.
it?
Yeah.
I like back to town. Like they left and then came back.
No, yeah,
Like,
because
all right, cool,
they
yeah.
they come to town, they do their thing, they leave, they come back to town.
They come
Like,
back
the
to-
circus always comes back.
Did
to
you
town.
have like a fucking circus in your town?
Huh? Yeah, the rodeo, the Houston rodeo.
Was it in your town?
Yes, Houston.
Houston, yeah.
It's a big
There's
town.
also the Fort Bend County Fair every single year.
That's a town. What about?
We have one.
Wait, what do you think
Fireman's
Houston
Carnival.
is?
That's not a
dude.
s- Oh, you're
Dude,
right.
it's a carnival. It's basically the same thing.
Oh my god, maybe the circus always does come back
It
to town.
does always come to town.
Yes.
I also want to
Oh
be
my
clear.
God,
Circus does
dude.
come back to
The
town.
way that I feel, I literally feel like 10 pounds just got lifted off.
The
of me.
jokes
The
that I
joy
made
I
earlier-
I'm
fucking-
not, listen, I'm the asshole.
I
I
wasn't
thought it was dumb.
attacking.
You're
I'm
right.
So glad. I'm so glad.
I wasn't trying to attack the efficacy
Yeah,
of the
you were.
phrase.
Yeah,
It's
you were.
more about the fact that immediately you were just like, yeah, try it out. All right, you didn't get it. It's cool.
No, you didn't get it,
Let's
you
move on. Let's
fuck.
move on. It's fine. We
She
got
didn't
it.
watch this, so you fuck. I don't think I'm gonna get fired for this either way. So.
There you go.
Can
The other
you-
shit that's been said on this podcast, I don't think me calling my boss a fuck is gonna be the thing that gets me fired.
Dox her.
Huh?
Dox him.
No.
Dox him right now.
No, not doing that.
Dox.
No. Why don't you dox your fucking boss? No, don't do that. Don't do
Do I
that. Don't
actually
do that.
have
Don't
their
do that.
address?
You actually will do that. Don't do that.
Do I have their address?
Um,
definitely
I do
You know
want
what's
to get
crazy?
into some
They
brain
did
rot
come
real quick.
They did come. Oh God.
Well, technically it's not brain rot, but it's within that. It's within being chronically online. A couple of episodes, more than a couple of episodes ago, I talked about as my hot take, basically like if TikTok's going down or like if a social media is leaving, even if it's not, talk shit in the comments. I'm gonna talk shit in the comments. I have really had to curb myself lately.
Yeah, you're almost banned from TikTok.
I have 2 strikes on my account from TikTok. One more, and I get my account suspended.
Crazy.
Is it
I've been kicked off of
permanent
Twitter.
suspension?
I don't know. That's what I'm worried about. I've been kicked off of Twitter 4 times. That's why I completely deleted my account. I don't use it anymore.
Yeah, fuck X.
I have 1 strike on my Instagram because I truly try not to comment like that on Instagram because
It's more public.
That's your professional.
it's more
more
public and
business.
it might I have a professional account technically, so
Yeah.
it like will garner traction.
You know what that means then?
What?
It's time to talk trash on your LinkedIn.
That's the only place you have
I don't
left.
go on LinkedIn, bro.
Well, that's why you're
But
not
that's
talking
why
trash.
that's why it's perfect though.
I'd have
Phil.
to make a fake account and basically
Nah,
do a VPN.
do it on Main.
No, do it on Main.
On
dude. I'm
Main.
Troll
telling
on
you.
Main.
Just start start trolling on your Main.
Oh,
account.
Steven Smith is excited to announce that he's been promoted, blah, blah, blah. Kill yourself, Steven.
You can start posting the guillotine pics again.
Shit at your desk or kill yourself.
He's just like, cool.
He goes,
You see, that'll
"All right."
make LinkedIn a lot more exciting.
I would
Trolls
go on
on
LinkedIn, more.
LinkedIn is actually a really funny. Honestly, we should make like an AI bot farm
LinkedIn trolls.
and just put troll bot,
know that they
bot
already
accounts onto
exist.
LinkedIn. No, but those troll like bot accounts post like fake job
yeah.
positions.
Uh-huh.
And then get people to apply just to like
That
fuck
happened to
with
me.
them.
That literally
Yeah.
happened to me. I got
Yep.
ghosted and I was like, oh, this was a scam. Got it. But instead of that, just put a bunch of like hyper aggressive, very like bully-esque.
Middle school
bots.
level.
Wendy Delgado is
Cyberbullying.
having
Yeah.
a work anniversary. She's been at Starbucks for 9 years. You're just like, fucking kill yourself.
9 years, you
Like-
fucking loser. Literally die. Trump 2025. It's like a year you can't get
and then
elected.
just
like-
watch the hate
Yeah.
pouring. You'd be like that vampire on the what's it called?
What you do?
What
in
we
the
do in the
Shadows.
shadows,
What we do in the
the
shadows.
series.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm an
yeah,
energy,
energy vampire.
vampire. I just cause a bunch of pain online and then wait for it all
Yeah.
to come in. He just sends out a bunch of horrible shit and waits for all the energy
That's-
to come in.
But lately,
I love
because
That's
of this,
actually kind of Phil.
that is me, by the way. I
Yes.
do get a lot of joy when it's real people.
Yeah.
But lately, there's been such an influx of bots recently that I'll start to type something out and I'll go, hold on a second. And I'll click on the profile and they have like 0 followers and
Yeah.
like 1,000 following, no posts and numbers in the name. And I'm like, fuck, another
Yep.
fucking bot got me. God damn it.
Yep.
Like,
You got
And
rage
so-
baited.
The bait worked.
I know. And like that,
took the
bait.
that's the problem. And I
Hook,
get
line, and
so
sinker.
buried
Like a
in like the
fish.
brain rot of it all that like it should be obvious to me, but I get to the point of like, I want to actually dox this person and they're not real. And it's like, I don't know if it means I got to get off of social media for a little bit and reset my mind so I'm not so angry, or I just have to keep consuming at that just lethal rate to where like I gain
Lethal
an
rate.
occupational wisdom as an online troll.
Unfortunately, it's the latter. You
I
have
think
to
it
do
is.
that.
I
You
think it
have
might
to do
have
that
to be.
because when you take a break and you become centered and a well-functioning person,
You're not
the
going to want to go
second-
back.
and the
And that's
second
the
that you
thing.
see it, it's gonna set you off. It's like sobriety. Once you have one sip, that's all it takes. You're broken.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's over. You can't
Become
get
Yeah.
a
back.
functioning alcoholic instead of getting on the clean track. Like,
Yeah.
But speaking of anger, I sometimes think I have CTE already. I've had a lot of like head injuries in my life, a lot.
Yep.
And so part
Yeah,
of me
you've
thinks
had, like,
that like
3
the
since I've
trigger
known you.
anger
You've had a good few since
you've known me,
you.
and there were
Yeah.
more before I knew you.
Yeah.
I started being careful when I left Houston. Like I've had a lot of head injuries.
that's interesting.
But
That's something you
This-
should probably get checked out.
this,
Yeah, I was
now.
gonna
but you
say,
can't
yeah.
check for
Yeah, that
CTE until
could-
you're dead.
Yeah,
That's
the thing.
something that no, I mean just go to therapy.
Oh, I have.
No, but like specifically for that.
I have.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. Keep that up.
But but
keep
the
doing
one of the problems was
Yeah.
when I went to therapy.
Keep
in
doing
high-
that then.
In high school, when I had really bad anger problems, like I've gotten much better at it now. But when I had it, one of the main things that helped, honestly, was getting ADD medication, because of what a lot of my anger was coming from was like autism,
Mhm.
borderline, like autism-esque, like overstimulation and
Mhm.
like frustration with my severe ADD,
Yeah.
where I was getting pissed off because I was already stressed out about this school situation or whatever it was. And then when something that should have only really made me like frustrated or annoyed would happen, I was 100%.
Yeah.
I get that.
So getting medicated probably helps.
Probably. I don't know.
But also
Probably
it
not.
feels so good sometimes to be angry. I had to talk to my mom about that the other day because I went to Houston, shout out. And when I went back, I was driving with her. I actually think I might have said this on the cast.
Yeah, you
on the last one.
Yeah.
But when I was driving with her, this fucking dickhead cut me off. And like I'm like honking, which is not normal in Houston. I'm like honking and I'm like trying to get next to him so I can roll down the window and be like, kill yourself. Like tell him, like, get out the car, literally kill yourself. Like and my mom's like, why do you like get so angry? Like he doesn't care about you. Why do you care so much? And I had to be, and I pulled the car over into a parking lot and I stopped the car and I turned to her and I went, Deb, let me tell you something. Okay. It feels good to me to be pissed off sometimes. Like it feels good. I get a satisfaction. That's why I'm mad with a smile on my face. So it looks like I'm joking. I'm not joking. I mean it.
No,
and
I get that.
Feels
That's
good.
That's the most sociopathic thing you said.
I know.
That's the most.
I understand.
She looked at
it.
me in a face of like, okay.
Yeah,
I was like,
I raised
it
this.
feels good to be pissed off.
I guess
sometimes.
I have to support it.
Yeah.
I understand the feeling. Sometimes leaning into that it can feel good depending on what it is.
Dude.
But like, yeah, I mean, I have horrible road rage, and like usually it's not unprovoked. Like you guys are both driven with me. I'm not just like speeding down the street and like almost slamming into people. But if somebody cuts me off or if they're doing some fuck shit, I get pretty angry while I'm driving. So for that reason, I let it out there. So hopefully by the time we get to the destination, I can have that moment of like, sorry guys. I mean, let that happen there. My bad. And then we move on
control.
from it.
We got it out of the system.
Yeah.
Well, and
Great
sometimes,
now.
sometimes you literally do just need to like,
I think venting is fine.
and then you'll be like, okay, I don't care about it anymore.
Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
move on.
Venting is
That's
different.
usually how it goes.
Yeah,
but there are
venting's
sometimes
fine.
where
Sometimes being angry, it does have that
There's
like
the
certain
scripture
Sometimes
of
I'll catch a
it gives me
grudge.
pleasure.
Oof.
That's the part that's funny.
it does, dude. It feels good.
Venting
Like,
isn't
like
funny. The anger with a smile. That's the funny one.
Yeah, that is pretty
I'm
good.
pissed. I'm like pissed off. Well, that happened when I'm not gonna name names, but we had a friend who we had a major falling out with, me especially. And the night of the confrontation, they had done some fuck shit.
Oh,
and the night of that confrontation, I was sitting in the taxi going uptown to go confront him. 1 o'clock in the morning, by the way. Calling Nick, being like, it's you lived with him.
Yep.
And I was like, hey man, this guy did almost said his name. This guy did some fuck shit. I need you to let me in your apartment.
Yeah.
and you were like,
first thing that I said.
Yeah.
First thing that I said to Phil was, Phil, I cannot have cops come to this apartment, dude.
I was
we
like,
have so many drugs. That's a horrible, like, you can come in, but if you hit him and the cops get called, I'm going to kill you. And you were like, the cops will not be
it's
there.
like, I'm not going to touch him.
I guarantee
now,
you.
mind
the cops
you,
will not be there.
when I was getting into the cab, I was going to touch him.
Yep.
I was going to touch him in some very harmful ways.
Yes.
And someone who was with me, who will also not be named,
Yes.
was basically like, Phil, I get it. Think about your mom. Okay?
Yep.
If you go to Rikers, she's going to be mad, maybe. She's going to be really sad.
She'll be devastated.
She'll be
man.
devastated if she has to come get you out of
can't do
Rikers.
that.
And you'll be there for a couple of days. And you are not equipped for Rikers.
Oh, none of us had the money.
And I was like, you know what? That's valid. I'm not going to hit him, but I'm going to get fucking close. I'm going to make him feel like I'm about to.
I've never been scared.
And I was
of
sitting in
Phil.
the cab like this.
Yeah. I've never been scared of
I
Phil.
was like, I was
ever.
ecstatic to confront this fucker.
Yeah. And I don't mean in the sense that he's like, oh, he's a harmless guy. Like, I know you can fuck people up if you wanted to.
Yeah.
That's never been directed at me.
Yeah.
And even in that moment on the phone, when he got there, during it, and after, it was never directed at me or my girlfriend or anybody else who lived there. That was the only time, though, where I was like, oh, like, he's he could really hurt him. Like this could be bad. Where I'm like,
I
okay,
came in such a calm
yeah,
demeanor.
you did. It was
You opened
fully
the door and I
directed.
went, thanks, man.
Yeah, like yeah,
Thanks,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
Hey, Leah, what's up?
yeah, and
He's
just
in his room.
yeah, dude. It
Those were the only words.
that was impressive.
Thanks,
I will
man.
say.
Hey, Leah, is he in his room?
Yeah.
10 words were spoken.
Yep.
Like,
And then the way that it was a railroad style apartment. So Phil came in through the living room. My apartment was in between the living room and this guy's room itself. So we had to walk through my room, and Phil, even in this state, didn't open the door. Like he waited for me to walk over and let him into this guy's room because he's like, I mean, it's your space.
well, and
gotta
also
let
if you
me
had to
in
move
there.
something, you need to move your stuff around. I get
100%,
it. Like,
yeah. So he just waited, and I just remember like grabbing the door, looked up at you. You didn't even look at me. Like again, not in a shitty way. You were just fully in there, and I was like, okay, like, all right, have fun, good luck.
Have
And
fun.
then
So
walk back into the
crazy.
living room with Leah and our friend again, who will not be named. Was just sort of like, hey, and then you just went in, and that's all we heard. for the rest of the time.
dude. I went in there and I was thinking about like, what's the first thing I say to this guy? What's the first thing? And I can't repeat it now because I was
No,
like,
you can't.
and it was that's not what I was gonna say originally.
Yeah,
I was gonna come in and be like, I was your only friend, blah blah blah. And
You
I
still
came
got
in,
that out.
and by the time
It
I
was a
got
stronger start.
Dude, by the time I got to him, it was boom. Are you R word? No, seriously. Are you R word? Like
Yeah.
It was no. The
I was
favorite
like,
part
because
about that
what
is-
world do you think you're gonna do that and then go off for 3 weeks and me
Yeah.
not say something to you?
Yeah, that was.
How many people told you to tell me?
That was a crazy.
How
part.
many people? Okay, and every time and blah blah blah, and he's like, "Oh, are you gonna hold on, dude? Like blah blah blah. Are you gonna let me tell my side of the story?" I was like, "No,
Of course not.
no,
You-
because I don't trust you,
and
and
you
everyone else who
had-
did tell me, I do trust."
You had your chance to tell your side of the
Yes.
story.
Every-
to multiple people.
He told 4 people that were close to me about what he did,
Yep.
and all 4 of them, the first thing they said to him was, "You know, you have to tell Phil that, right? Like you have to tell him."
Yep.
By the way, would not have been that mad had he just told me.
Yeah. Totally.
Would not have been that mad.
Nope.
But it's when you don't tell me.
No,
And you go,
the
no,
trust
it's
is
fine.
broken.
It won't matter. It matters.
It mattered.
It's the most selfish fucking thing. I also like how you started with that because it's just a thesis statement.
Just like,
Yeah.
are you stupid?
Yeah.
No. Seriously.
And you still
Are
got
you
in.
stupid?
You got in the other stuff.
Oh, I
remember that.
get it. Because that was also, he was on the outs of our entire friend group.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone else in the friend group
Well, he pulled some
could
fuck
not
shit.
fucking to
Yeah, he was just-
stand him. And I was his only bastion
Ridiculous.
of
Oh, dude. Yeah. By that point.
fraternal fucking camaraderie.
Yeah.
Like, I was his only piece, like his thread left. And he did that. And I was just like, do you not get that no one likes you?
Yeah.
Like, we're not talking to you. We're not working with you. We're not hanging with you because you suck.
Yeah.
And I was your only friend. And now you're no one.
Yep.
You're
No
no one.
Yeah. Like our third roommate, Nick, hated him more than
Hated
any of
him more
us.
than anyone. And
He
had to live in
probably-
the same house as
He
him.
probably still hates him more than you do. I'm not even gonna lie. Like the way that he still
Yeah,
talks
I'm
about that
entirely indifferent
situation.
towards the guy. Literally, if I
He-
found out he died, I'd be like, hey, that's a stranger. I don't
That's
know.
crazy.
I don't
Yeah.
care.
But by that point, like, you know, we had
crazy.
done
I
the
don't
whole
give a fuck,
thing
dude.
of like, as you
So
said,
he's dead. Crazy.
we weren't
Crazy.
hanging out anymore. We didn't like invite him out to the larger things. But even worse than that, I remember there was one day where we got back and, you know, like we shared the living room and everything else like that. And I think that he had like a fire stick or something else like that was plugged into my TV that I had brought for the apartment and like all the other shit with it. And he took it out and brought it back into his room. And for some reason, that just pissed me and Nick off so much.
Yeah, that's
that we were
valid.
both like, you know what, man? No, fuck you. So we went into his room while he wasn't there. And every single thing that we let him borrow, which was a lot because he moved into the apartment
He
with
was a
basically
mooch.
no
He was a
furniture or
massive
anything else.
mooch.
We just took everything back and like, you know, blanket, ripped the shit off of it, like left everything where it was, like everything. So basically, like, you know how the dorms would look after they would search?
Yeah.
We
just
left his
shit
room
everywhere.
looking like that, essentially, and just didn't say shit. And that was also the point where we weren't really talking. So he got home from work, went into his room, and I basically just heard the like, and slams the door. And I'm just like, what do you expect, bro?
Yeah.
When you pull this much fuck shit, when you act like this, and then you do some petty shit like taking the fucking fire stick out of the TV.
No, that's
you use that
crazy.
shit
Dude,
too,
and
man.
no, the worst
That's what's
part
so
is
crazy.
just the and then the slamming the door. Dude, be a
Yeah,
fucking
sucking your
man.
teeth.
Yeah, at
being like,
least
"You
be a
fucking
man.
man."
At least come in and be like, what did you guys do to my shit? Why were you in my space? At least that's a valid thing.
Like,
I'd at
pout
least be
harder,
willing
bro.
to have the conversation with you of like, yeah, man, it was your space. You also took your shit out of the living room, and that was our shit anyway. What the fuck are we talking about here? Like, at least there would be some modicum of respect of you looking me in the eye
Yeah.
and acting like all this. Dude, I still remember the last interaction that we had in college where I saw him on the elevator and he was like all buddy about it because we hadn't seen each other in like 6 months. or
And this was
whatever.
also when he was like, he left school for 2 years.
Yeah, and then came back
and
to
then
the
came
same
back
school.
and then left again. By
Yeah,
the way,
and it was
never
my
graduated.
senior-
You fucking loser.
It was my senior
Sorry.
year, right?
Sorry, go ahead.
And I get on the elevator.
Sorry, you were saying.
And there was a few people on there with me. So I was trying to be respectful. We were on the 5th floor. And I had to stop at 2 and then go down to 1. We were both going down to 1.
Uh-huh.
So he's talking to me like, yeah, man, like, it's good to see you. It's been a while. And I was just like, cool. Yeah, man. Okay.
Cool.
Awesome. And then get to the 2nd floor and the other people get off. And as soon as the doors start to close, we only have a floor. I just turned to him and I'm like, you have my PS4 controller. And he was like, what? And I was like, you have my PS4 controller. I still live with Nick. I know that he doesn't have it. I'm missing one. Get it back to me. And he was like, oh, dude, I don't have it. And I was like, I'm going to stop you. I still have your penny board. If I don't have my controller by Friday, I'm throwing that shit in the dumpster. Let me know. And then I just got off the elevator and I have never talked to him.
And you
I've
know where
never
that
talked
penny
to him
board went?
since.
A dumpster.
Yeah, it went
Dumpster.
right into
It
the
went
dumpster.
right to the fucking
Yes, it
dumpster.
And I haven't talked to him since. And I'm just like, brother, I like you spit in all of our faces multiple times. It was a business and a personal thing. And then what he did to you is just the last straw. Where it's
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
dude, come on.
We didn't even talk
Like,
about my favorite or most people's favorite part when I tell them, which is like at some point he was
yes.
notorious for interrupting. Right? I like how
All
we're
the
just
time.
having a fucking like gossip.
I
Yeah, we're
know,
just
this-
murdering this guy.
I don't
This
have much
fucking
else to talk about this
story we've
episode.
heard.
so-
The story has been told hundreds of times and it'll be told hundreds of times again.
100%.
But it's time to get
if
on
I
the
have
pod.
children, they will know this.
Now you
But-
just show them the podcast.
True. And he was like notorious for interrupting people, and he kept interrupting me while I'm trying to get my shit out.
And we can
I'm-
hear all of this. The three of us in the living
'cause
room.
I'm-
Sorry to interrupt
I am
you. as you're
yelling.
talking about
No, it's all good.
this.
But shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
No, but I'm a loud motherfucker, especially like stage acting for most of my life. I know how to project, and I wanted to project. I wanted the fucking neighbors to know.
And you kept it pretty. Like
I
you
kept
were
it
you were
tame.
yelling,
I knew
but you were pretty
because I knew I had to
tame.
pace myself because I was like, if I come out screaming, I'm shot.
Yeah, there's
in the
nowhere to
voice.
go.
And then I'm gonna be going, yes, and I can't have that because
No.
if I honestly, if my voice had cracked, I might have hit him. I might have been so mad that I go, yeah, and I thought, like,
Oh, God.
just
Yeah.
so mad. But he kept interrupting me, and I finally just screamed like 5 times in a row.
Oh no.
Shut the fuck up! 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 And he just would not stop talking.
It was
and
like
I was
9 times.
screaming.
That was the only time that we all laughed in the living room because like it was a pretty tense
Hot thinking about
situation.
it.
We had that sort of thing of like,
I'm hot right now, dude.
okay, we're all here and this is gonna go down. It's gonna be very uncomfortable. All right, cool. Let's see what it. That was the only time where like hearing that we just couldn't help it because it was just
You laughed?
back to back. Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Oh my
Because
God.
you controlled it very well, but when you got into that register, your voice got a little bit
Shut the fuck
higher.
up!
So for
Shut the
most of
fuck
the
up!
time,
Shut the
and
fuck
you were
up!
like crunching into it. So every time it was like, shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Shut the fuck up! Like it was really.
Because I was trying to keep it. I
hard,
was trying to keep.
shaking.
I was trying to
It's
keep like
like,
a modicum
God.
of not decorum, but like a modicum of patience and
Yeah.
like restraint.
And he just kept
And
pushing.
he
it.
just kept poke. And I was just like, oh my God, I'm trying not to hit you. I'm trying. And I think I even said that at one point. I was like, it is taking. The only reason I'm not over there kicking you to death is because I love my mother and I don't want to go to fucking jail.
Yeah, you did say
Okay.
that.
But
You
you are
did
not,
say
you are,
that.
because you're not worth jail.
That's so funny.
You are not worth jail to me.
Dude, you're not worth jail. It's such a bar.
Yeah, dude. Like, oh my God.
You're just not. But yeah, that was crazy. And he was also attacking the character of our friends in this situation.
Oh yeah,
basically saying like
person who will not be named. Yeah,
they lied to you.
Yeah, being like, oh, are you gonna believe them? Are you gonna believe them over me? Yes.
Yeah, man,
in every
probably.
sense possible.
Yeah,
Duh.
Yeah, that sucks.
Dude, I can't believe that you said that with 8 different people saying the same goddamn thing.
Bro, like
What
at
are you
some
fucking
point,
talking
and maybe,
about?
hey, maybe others like you. If this is you, okay, if everyone has a problem with you, it is you.
You're the problem.
It's no one else. It's not a disagreement of personalities. You are a problem. You should change or die.
Yeah.
Oh,
Change or die.
Change or die.
Change or die.
That's
Change
for
your hearts or
everything.
die. Shout out to
Mhm.
David Lynch. Rest in peace. Change your hearts or die.
Yes.
You know that quote?
Huh? Is that one of the ones
It's
you're
a
making
quote
up?
from Twin Peaks, I believe, where he's talking to a trans woman. And he basically was just like, you were one of the best people on the force. And I told people when, they were talking about you, I said, either change your hearts or die.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
Pretty cool.
I need to.
David Lynch was that
I need to
motherfucker. dude.
rewatch Twin Peaks, but
I've never watched it.
It's like I watched it a while ago and I was able to get through it and I really liked it, but now I just can't.
I heard it's very weird.
It's just slow.
It is. It's weird and it's slow.
Like it's
Blue
slow.
Velvet, I think, is honestly even more of that though. Have you ever seen that?
I can't. No,
That's a
I
movie,
also
though, right?
fell
Yeah, it's a movie.
asleep during Mulholland Drive.
Oh, Mulholland Drive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love.
I've never
Eraserhead.
seen. I don't think I've seen.
Yeah,
a
I loved
single David
Eraserhead.
Lynch film.
I've seen a bunch and like
Watch Eraserhead. It's not gonna make sense. Just embrace it.
I know that's about like the baby.
I don't dislike David
The
Lynch.
baby.
The baby.
I think I've always
Eat the
missed
baby
what
on a beat.
people see in terms of it being like auteur level work, where I'm just like, listen, man, like it's really cool, but it's kind of just like the weirdest choices that you can make, which like there's something to be said for. But I don't know, like I really like Twin Peaks. I liked Eraserhead. The other stuff, I was just sort of like, okay, but especially by today's standards, like
Well,
this
that's
really isn't
exactly
that
what it
weird,
is.
you know?
It's today's standards. Like if he
Yeah.
came out today, nobody give a fuck. There's
Exactly.
105 like David Lynches in Bushwick alone.
Yeah,
it
and, like,
fucking sucks.
David Lynch had
he
to
was
walk.
great because he had he was a unique voice at the time.
Yeah, 100%. And like I do value that, but I'm just sort of like, I'll take John Waters any day.
Oh hell yeah,
over,
John Waters. Hell yeah, brother.
Over
That
David
guy's
Lynch.
awesome.
If I had to pick my weird filmmaker like guy, I would probably pick John Waters. I'll go Pink
That's a good one.
Flamingos
That's a good
any
one.
day, like instead
No,
of
I like that.
instead of that.
I don't think I realized how many short films he did, and
He
also
did
how
a
many
ton of
music
shorts.
videos he did.
Oh, he did a bunch of music videos.
Yeah, he did
Yeah.
a music video for Moby and Interpol
Oh, I
and
didn't
9
know
Inch
about
Nails.
Moby.
He did some really cool music
Nine Inch
videos,
Nails is
honestly.
awesome. I didn't know that.
Yeah, he did the one for Came Back Haunted.
Okay.
I really never thought he also did a lot of work with Duran Duran. He must have loved them.
There you go.
Didn't know that. I knew that he
Duran
did a
Duran.
lot of short films.
He
He's
did
done a lot of shorts.
short films.
Yeah.
Mhm.
He was constantly shooting, dude.
He was
Damn,
constantly
bro.
shooting.
He always wanted to be working on a new thing.
He did a short film in 2007 called David Lynch Cooks Quinoa.
So great.
There you go.
He also did one about him talking to a monkey.
Yeah,
I remember that was yeah, exactly. It was on
Black and
Netflix.
white. Yep, it
Yeah, that
looked
one was
good.
fun. I like
You
that
said
one.
in 2006?
No, in like
Nah, it's-
2021 or 22.
A little bit earlier than that. I think it was like 2016, 2017.
It was definitely when we
Um,
lived in Brooklyn. 'Cause
oh,
I remember
really?
when that came out. Yeah.
I thought
Might
it
have been
was
COVID.
earlier. Crazy.
Let's see. I'm gonna name some short films, and you tell me if it's one of these. What did Jack do?
Yes.
It's that one. Yeah.
Okay, well, that was easy.
There it is.
That was fucking
Yeah.
easy. That's
What did Jack do?
2017.
yeah, that was
Oh,
it.
it is that early.
2017. I
Okay,
thought
there
it
you
was earlier.
But yeah, okay, so these are his feature films: Eraserhead, Elephant Man, Dune,
Oh, I did like
No.
Elephant Man.
Blue Velvet.
He did Dune?
Yeah, he did the original
19
Dune
somebody
with
else.
the same
1984
guy
Dune.
from
yeah,
Twin
yeah,
Peaks.
Kyle MacLachlan. That's
Yeah.
right. I forgot he did Dune. I
It's
like Dune.
It's like
I
a
like
really
Dune.
interesting take on
No,
it.
no,
And it's
it's
not bad.
fucking awesome. I
No, it's
loved
cool.
I
It's a lot
loved
of
that
very
one, Dune.
cringy green screen sequences, though.
That was
Yeah.
that was
But it
just
was
I mean,
1984.
it was
Yeah.
it was 1980. No, yes, you're right, 1984.
Yeah.
I saw it next to Elephant Man.
It's okay. It was shot in 83. So,
Uh,
like,
So we have Blue Velvet,
Being
Wild
nice.
at Heart, Twin Peaks, Fire Walk with Me.
Firewalk.
I didn't know that the Twin Peaks had a movie.
Yeah.
Lost Highway,
Nah,
The Straight Story,
nah.
Mulholland Drive,
Yeah,
and
fell asleep.
Inland Empire.
I want to know how hot of a take that is to say I fell asleep during Mulholland Drive. I wonder if people would be like, Yeah, that makes sense. Or just like, how would
Only-
you not? How do you not enraptured by all the choices?
I think only film bros would get mad at you. For that.
I could not
The same
give a
people
shit
would be
about them.
pissed if you were like, "Yeah, I didn't like The Godfather," and they're like, "What?"
It insists upon itself.
It insists upon itself, Lois.
What do you mean? It's fantastic. It insists upon itself, Lois.
Hey, Peter, it's a great movie.
sucking it.
Hey, let me
Peter,
suck
start
on that,
sucking it.
Peter.
Start sucking it.
Well, I came in and Peter was sucking my cock this morning. And,
Would you do that?
Sure.
Would you do Peter or Joe? Who's sucking it first?
I mean, probably Peter, right?
So you're saying you would rather do Peter than Joe?
I
Yeah.
think it's a nice
Sure.
time to introduce a would
You
All right. So listen, we've had a lot of
That hurts
gross
so
ones.
bad, dude.
We've had a lot of like body horror based
How did that
ones
happen?
and stuff like
I went
that.
like this and there's a
Jesus. Slammed it.
shit, dude.
You
That fucking
slammed it.
hurt.
So I tried to make this one not as gross and something that's maybe a little bit more debatable.
Okay.
So your options
little,
for this
little,
week.
little out of character for you, but
Would you rather complete the longest walk on Earth or live in an underwater research station alone for 6 months?
6 months in the
6 months.
Yeah, 6 months underwater.
Easily.
Abso-fucking-lutely,
6
dude.
months underwater?
I used to want to
Yeah.
do marine biology stuff.
You only
Dude.
got so much food and water and everything else.
Am I
like
gonna
that. You
run
gotta
out of
ration
food?
it. You could.
What the
There's
fuck?
no
They didn't
easy
give me
way-
enough for 6 months?
No, they gave you enough for 6 months. What if there's an emergency? What if you don't
What?
ration?
I'm
correctly?
extra hungry.
Also, you're just alone for 6
What are you
months.
talking about? Can I see outside the
Darkness, pretty
window?
much. You can see outside the window, but it's
Yeah,
the
I
bottom
got
of the
fish.
ocean.
Bro,
fish.
I
You're not gonna see much.
no, I'd be good.
You'd be
I'd be
okay with
good.
that.
I'd be
Can I
fine.
not bring a book? They have to be able to
I
bring
mean, you
books.
can bring a book.
I probably
Sure.
spent more than 6 months accumulated time during my dropout year when I dropped out of school before I went back. In that dropout year, I easily spent more than 6 months accumulated of alone time that I was rationing food because I was incredibly broke.
But
I
you
could
did
do
have
it.
breaks where you saw people, right? During
Yeah,
the
but I could
6
do
month
it.
period?
I could do it.
Yeah.
100%.
See,
I could
the
do
only
it.
reason why I say it might be harder.
Will I be
than you
crazy on the
think
other side? Probably.
that's what I was
but I
gonna
went in
say.
crazy.
is like every single.
I went
So
in
no
with
difference.
the themes.
Every single like prison YouTuber that I follow, every single like psychiatric sort of like what's it called study on stuff like this is just saying how cruel and unusual solitary confinement is. Like I think
Mhm.
that
But I have
again,
the fish.
we're not.
I
You
was
have the
about to
fish.
say, you
but
forgot that I'm not
there's-
confined. I have fish, and I also hopefully have not just one room. It's a research facility, so
Yeah.
hopefully there's more rooms. I can
It's
probably
a
do a little
decent size.
jogging. I will hopefully have some books. You know,
Dude,
Like,
you could
I
just
would
do
be fine.
jumping jacks and run in place if you need cardio.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like, yeah, well, I'll be good.
Not interested in the walk. The longest walk on Earth.
I'm gonna have to walk through some
Nah.
countries where I am incredibly not wanted, and that's a
Sure.
risk of death over potentially like being scrawny,
yeah, tell
like
me
coming out being skinny and crazy rather than being mutilated.
how long is the longest walk? Like in terms of
It's
time?
14,000 miles. It would take you about 6 to 8 months of constant nonstop walking.
So
which
I'm
So
to
doing
be
when
taking
taking
realistic,
breaks
breaks, you're
no
probably
matter
you're
what.
genuinely looking closer to like a
2
year.
years.
A year or
Probably
two,
2
yeah,
years.
easily.
Oh, put me with the fishes.
That's what I'm
You going with
talking
the
Put me with
fish?
the
about.
fishes.
You going with the fish?
Now, the only
Yes.
thing I would be like disappointed about missing out on truly is the culinary experiences.
Yeah, I mean, you'd have just rations. That's it.
Like, because I
Yeah.
love different foods and I love trying new stuff, especially when I'm in a different place. So I would be very sad about not being able to feast
have some
with
variety.
locals. Yeah.
My big
Not even
issue
variety,
is
just like feasting with locals and like getting ingrained
I feel like
for a few hours at a time.
at some point my stomach's gonna have something that disagrees with me.
Yeah.
So then
You're gonna
I'm
be
not gonna be walking. I'm
You're gonna be pissing out of your butt while
shitting.
you're walking.
Exactly, which I can't do.
I mean, you could.
No, I can't.
You don't wanna.
No, I can't. I can't.
Now, if I can add on Heelys, I will do the longest walk.
That wouldn't help, I think, in most places.
No, dude, I think I'm doing off-road Heelys.
He's got the big tire
Yeah.
trucks underneath.
Barely balancing. Like
Your feet are like this all the time, constantly.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, if you're both set,
Yeah,
then I
what's
guess
the
we'll go to the
double
double down.
Double down. The thing is not connected. Actually.
Would you rather have to walk across the Pacific Ocean underwater with a specialized suit? So you have to walk that entire distance. You'll have food and water and stuff like that. Maybe they'll have an IV in to keep you neutral, like, nutrients flowing in and stuff like that. But you got to walk from one side to the other, say San Francisco to Tokyo, something like that, right? So it's a huge distance to cover.
Wait, the Atlantic Ocean or the Pacific?
The Pacific Ocean.
Oh, okay, you said Atlantic.
I'm sorry, Pacific Ocean.
Damn, I wanted to go to the Marianas Trench.
Or would you rather be a fish in a tank for 6 months?
I'm walking on the ocean.
Oh my God.
Wait. In whose house?
You're not going to find out till you're a fish.
Should I choose?
No.
Do I
you
have
can't
like
choose.
an
No,
option?
you definitely cannot.
No, you
choose.
definitely
When do we
cannot
get
choose.
choice ever in
No,
these?
you do
We
not
get
get to
those-
choose.
That's true.
The choice is the punishment.
You're going to
of the
be
whole-
owned by a similar like character to Darla from Finding
didn't
Nemo.
Oh,
you were
I
gonna
knew
say
you were gonna
that.
do some fuck shit. I'm obviously walking underwater, dude.
It doesn't mean she's going to kill you necessarily.
No, but I'm gonna be tortured. I'm good. Also, I gotta look at some busted child. I'm good.
You got a
dude.
nice little
Wait,
tank
do I
to
have
live in.
Do I have a compass?
Do you have a compass? Yeah, sure. I mean, there's a guideline, I'll even say. As long as you hold on to the rope at the bottom of the ocean.
So there is a
you'll
line.
stay.
I'm on a
Yeah.
line. Okay.
Well, okay. You're not clipped into anything. Like
Can
you
I
have
be?
to keep yourself kind of like on the ground with the weighted suit that you're in. But there's like a rope literally tied from like one continent to another. And as long as you keep one or two hands on that and just walk along the rope, you're going the right direction.
and how am I getting fed?
Let's say, just for the sake of argument, like,
Intravenous?
yeah, you got some sort of IV that's going to keep you
Sick, dude. I'm
like,
not eating.
hydrated.
Awesome.
And
That
yeah,
sounds like
nutrients.
hell,
I'm
bro.
doing that,
No,
I'm
that
doing
sounds
that.
like it
You're in the
fucking
pitch
sucks.
black though.
You cannot
Yeah.
see. You're walking. What are you gonna do? Take a nap and then pray the rope doesn't fly away?
Let me tell you what. My grip is stronger than any dumbass fish that's gonna.
That
try and
is one
grab
thing
me,
that
dude.
even I didn't consider with that. I have no idea how you would sleep with that. You'd have to
Dude, that
just
fucking
and it would
sucks.
take like a year for you to
Can I
cross
keep-
that
You'd be
distance.
going
Wait,
so
Like,
slow.
Can I?
It'd be like one step.
6 months in a tank, bro. 6 months.
but a year
step.
underwater.
How long? How big is that distance? Google that distance. Distance between Tokyo and Los Angeles or whatever you said.
Because the longest walk is 14,000 miles. So if it's longer than
Straight
that,
away.
then you're talking a very long time walking.
5,124 miles.
Okay, so it's actually
By
shorter.
air. By air.
Oh.
Now you've got a lot of movement going up and down.
Okay, but that's
You know
actually
what?
a lot
I would
shorter
probably
than
say
I
it's kind
expected.
of comparable because it's going to be ups and downs when you get down to the Pacific.
Well, and also, again, you're fighting against the water. Like you
Oh
weigh
my
so much
fucking
more.
God.
Yeah,
than
so
anything
you
else like that.
so it's 4,467 nautical miles.
Okay, but
Okay.
still, so
How much is
accounting
that
for the
in
water and
regular
everything else,
miles?
that's no, I'm saying-
5,000.
Yeah,
100.
basically the same.
Well, why do they
thing.
call it nautical?
It's just slightly different for like navigation.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah,
That's so
planes use
dumb.
nautical miles as well.
I don't
But yes,
care about
okay.
this.
So tank as fish or underwater as deep sea
Oh,
diver.
tank is fish.
You're going for the tank?
Dude, that sounds like hell. I can't see where I'm walking. It'll take me probably a year and a half to get there. I'm struggling every day to get to hold on to a rope. And if I lose the rope, I'm being fed intravenously, so I'm not gonna die. Not until somebody eats me. And what the fuck is gonna be eating me at the bottom of the ocean?
A lot.
Who?
I don't know. You might see some fucking like Lovecraftian-esque creature
You
too.
could see a giant squid.
You might see the
they-
megalodon. Who knows?
Definitely not.
It's
Giant
the biggest
squid live
ocean
that
in the
far
world.
down.
You don't know.
You could
But
see,
who is on the
You
bottom?
say definitely not, but have you been there?
You could see
No.
a
Fair
sperm
enough.
whale fighting a giant squid.
You know?
But
You could
it's
be the
at
first.
the bottom of the ocean, guys. The bottom of the ocean doesn't have big creatures. They have little itty bitty guys.
Oh, perfect. So
Well,
I'm chilling.
You'd have
You'll
some,
be so
depending on the area of
bored.
the ocean that you're going.
I don't
to.
think I'd be that
But
bored. I think
mostly
I'd
you're
be
right. It'd be
scared
mostly-
enough to not be bored. I
It
think
would-
I'd be terrified to the point
I-
of not bored.
I think
See,
you're gonna be scared and bored. That's the
what
worst.
gets
That's
me-
the worst of all worlds.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I wish I
hate
could do
this
something.
shit.
What I'm picturing-
I hate this shit.
Especially because like I don't have a fear of the dark, but I do have a fear of what could be in the dark.
Yeah,
Like,
y'all were both Boy Scouts like I was. We were in the
shit,
same
there is
troop.
shit out there, dude.
I'm sure you've
Dude,
had it.
deep water is fucking horrifying.
Yeah, 100%, dude. The circus always comes back to town. That's,
That's
what I'm saying,
it,
dude.
full circle.
Okay, imagine you see a circus on the ocean floor.
Sick.
That would be insane.
Fucking awesome.
No,
you
that's
mean?
how you know you're hallucinating, bro.
Awesome. That's epic.
So you're gonna
What
walk?
gets me the most
Go fuck yourself.
is looking back.
Okay.
I
after you've
really,
walked so far.
wish that we had a simulation so I can do a check-in every month where I'm a fucking goldfish and you're just still
sweating, and I've lost like 20 pounds.
Emaciated.
Also, it'd fuck with your body.
It would for
Because
sure.
the pressure being down there,
Totally.
like it's like being an astronaut in space, except for the opposite. You'd probably come out being
Shorter.
slightly shorter.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You'd be
Because your spine
compressed.
would just compress.
Oh my God.
You
dude, the
hang from a bar for
compression.
like 3 days just to actually stretch yourself back
Yeah.
out.
You guys have been, I'm sure, like on a camping trip or something like that, where you're out like far from civilization. There's
Yeah.
nothing around you, and you've had your flashlight shining out either into like, I don't know, trees or the open like expanse, even like your property.
The
while
range
we're
kind
out
of gets
there.
like that.
Like that thing where what you're pointing your light at is all that you can see, and if you turn around while you're still pointing it in this direction, it's just darkness.
Dude, that's the thing that happened with the
behind you.
Longhorns.
Yeah, and it's like
I saw nothing. I turned my flashlight and there's a fucking Longhorn galloping at me 25
Yeah.
miles an hour with its horns going like
exactly.
this.
There's always something creepy about that already, but being
But
underwater,
the ocean, is, like you
and
said, there's
feeling
nothing
the-
giant down
the
there.
currents like moving you, and like you're just thinking like, if I lose this rope, I'm dead. Like it's over. I'm never gonna
Yeah,
be able to
not
find
having
my
a
way.
clip
Now
is
let me
kinda
tell you something
fucked.
interesting. The second I let go of the rope, and if I don't find it within 2 minutes of me letting go of it, I'm killing myself. Obviously,
Using what? No, not gonna happen.
I'll just fucking release the pressure on my helmet. I'll just
Abso-fucking-lutely
implode
not.
inside of the fucking
Absolutely
thing.
not. That's not gonna
Who
happen.
dies
And
so
also,
fast?
you would
Exactly,
not be
who
able to
gives a
open
fuck?
it. You're not gonna be able to open it. The
I'm pretty
pressure is
strong,
gonna be.
dude. I'm pretty strong.
It's pretty strong, dude.
I think you underestimate how strong I am.
That's so true.
seen-
That's so true. Not logic. I
You
can
seen
argue.
me
Beefed
lately?
up, brother boy. Dude.
Oh,
I love
dude,
that.
That's just hell, dude.
It would be so bad.
Traveling at, I'll take my chances at goldfish.
So you're gonna be the fish.
yes.
Now, not talking about that enough. Like you're probably living with other fish.
okay.
You got to worry about getting eaten, depending
Oh.
on your species.
I'm a big fish.
That's you don't know.
I'm actually one of the wall
You just
suckers.
said goldfish, so
Yeah, you
No,
said
I'm one of the
goldfish.
wall suckers.
Oh, you're just
oh, like a catfish.
Mm-hmm.
the whole time.
Yep.
Yep. There you go. I feel like she'll fuck with you the most though.
Fuck
Your
you.
owner,
Sorry.
like she'll tap
She'll
on the
Tom
side
Cruise
of the
you,
tank
dude.
and
She'll
try
pull a
to
Tom Cruise
get you
on
out of
you.
there.
Oh wow.
She'll Tom Cruise you.
Oh wow. What does
Well,
that even mean?
Tom Cruise fucks fish.
He has
he?
sex
Oh,
with
that's
fish.
true.
Yeah, we talked about this.
Yeah, but this
we
is a
did.
woman.
Are you saying women can't
women
have
can't
sex
do
with
what
fish?
men do.
How is she gonna fuck?
That
Ooh.
pause was telling, dude. that pause was
that.
telling.
Yes. You need to go to a few
Ah!
women's marches, my
He's
friend.
saying misogynique.
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 You know what? I would rather.
Be
I would
quiet.
rather. I would rather face that. I cannot believe you guys are saying that it's either I go to the bottom of the floor or I get fucked by a human as a fish. Those are my two
Well, you
options.
put it
Flap
that
that
way.
tail, baby.
When you put it that way, I kind of want to get fucked by you.
Turns out
I don't want to be a fish getting
You're going to
fucked by
Tom
human.
Cruise's house.
I'm going
Kevin,
to the Scientology.
Would anything
compound, dude.
change if it was the Atlantic Ocean
Oh
instead of the
my
Pacific?
Fucking god! No. What do you mean?
It's a smaller ocean. It's smaller distance
So
to
what
travel.
are we? Wait, so what are we saying? Like,
No.
what are we saying? Like New
New
York to
London.
New York to London.
Absolutely, Mariana Trench. No.
You could avoid the trench.
Oh, I'm gonna jump over it.
No, there's gonna be a way for you to go across. the
Oh my
trench.
god!
Dude,
Add
it's
on, like,
it's 1,000 less miles. 1,000 less miles.
how long does it take to walk?
It's so the other one was 5,200. This one is 3,600. So
Okay,
actually,
well, how
it's
long?
60
What's the walking distance on
I
land?
don't know.
Well, then
It would probably take like
See.
9 to 12 months, like almost a year to a year.
I don't
and
think it's
that's-
gonna tell me how to walk there.
just find the average walking speed of a human.
And
We'll
that's-
suss it out.
And you should pretty much like take a third of that. Speed
Actually, no.
'cause
What
Yeah.
we should do is
water.
New York to
Yeah.
Spain. Do New York to Portugal because that's straight across.
Yep.
New York to London, you actually gotta go up. So if we do New York to Portugal,
Let's see how long that'll be. Also, remember the map is curved too. So
well, that's why the nautical miles account for that. So let's go by nautical miles.
Oh.
Come on, fucker.
Okay, all I'm saying is no. Like, I don't care how long it's gonna take.
Hey, 2,900 nautical miles, and the other one was 5,100. So it's
Okay.
2,000 less miles.
So that's like 60%.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. It was 4,500 nautical miles on the Pacific. So this one
So
is
it's like
21.
70%. 70%, give or take.
29. So
I still need to
yeah.
know that. I still need to find out the walking rate, but I'd still know because I might just trip in the Ariana Trench and I'm dead.
Ariana.
Mariana.
Whoa,
Ariana Grande.
whoa, whoa.
She
Even though that
imagine.
was Cynthia Erivo's
That was-
line, but it's the same thing. It's just-
So
whoa, whoa.
Okay. So Atlantic wouldn't sway you.
Our neighbors fucking hate us.
Of
you
course
know what?
they
I
do.
fucking hate our neighbors too. Cut glass quieter.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
True.
Class
I
So
I
true.
cannot imagine actually being persuaded to walk this. Even if it takes 9 to 12 months walking, that's like 2 years underwater walking. And then
That's true.
I have to survive. I'd rather just be in a tank.
It's true.
I'll
You are
be so zen that I will be a god among men. When I come back
You
to
might.
human form, I'll be the avatar.
You could be.
I'll probably quit everything and go like live in a monastery with the monks. Actually,
It's not a bad idea.
that's will be what happens. The other is I'll be a shell shocked victim and a husk of my former self.
Awesome.
There
Which
you
also is an option.
Number one, awesome.
go.
Ever
So,
thought
Phil,
about
you're,
that?
You're sticking with the ocean walk?
Yeah, dude, that's awesome.
Y'all look
Because
crazy.
here's the thing: either I die in a crazy way, right? And people know me as an adventurous spirit that went out like fucking Amelia Earhart, or
Billy Earhart.
I had to think about piloting for a second.
Or
Or I make it and I'm the motherfucker that walked across the bottom of the ocean.
yeah, you're not making it.
Either way, I'm cool as hell. I'm not making. You're such a negative dude.
Yeah, you're not making that.
I am making that, bro.
You're not making that.
Oh my
Why?
god.
Is it a problem with me as a person or our friendship that you don't believe in me?
I don't believe anybody can make it. It's not you. Maybe if you were someone else, then
So it is me. So it is me. You fucking
I
asshole.
think that Wim Hof could make it.
I think Wim Hof can make it totally.
Wim Hof could.
What
do
about
it.
David Goggins?
Who?
No.
David Goggins.
Now
I don't know
Walton
who that is.
Goggins? He could do it.
Walter
Walton Goggins.
Walter Goggins goggle glasses. I
Yes.
want to get a pair. Please send me a pair of goggle glasses.
Well, now you got to
Right,
beat
so
up that
that's the
guy.
time to
Yeah.
wrap up this fucking podcast.
You got to go
Thank
beat
you
up
guys.
that guy now, Phil. Your voice cracked. You got to go kick the shit out of him.
I'll
You remember
record.
when I thought I saw him? I texted you guys. And I was like, I should kill this motherfucker. I fucking kill this guy for even being alive.
I
So,
hope he watches every episode.
I
out of
should fucking
spite and
kill
just
this
hears
guy.
and starts to realize, like,
just for
Oh my
continuing
God, wait,
to
they
live.
don't
this-
like me?
this is about me.
Yeah.
Oh, damn
By
it.
the end of the episode. Oh, damn it. And
Oh,
at the end
no.
of the episode.
Damn
Made him the cowardly lion.
it. Phil. No, you can't do No, I'm gay. Thank you guys
Thank
so much
you.
for watching this
Thanks,
week's episode of the
guys.
Bay One Entertainment Podcast. You can you can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Bay One Entertainment. Make sure to check out the website www.bay1entertainment.com. We'll be posting everything there. Make sure to check out Clean It Out. It has been released
Yes.
now on YouTube. Run up those fucking numbers, my babies. My little sugar plums.
Yes.
You can follow me on Instagram at phil.omf.
You can follow me at nick.bradshaw.20.
You can follow me at _K_Mora.
Thank you guys so much for watching this week's episode of the Bay One Entertainment Podcast. We will see you guys next week. Make sure to also watch out for CEO Millennials coming later
Yes.
this month.
See
Yeah,
ya.
the
Coming
first
this
episode's
month.
coming soon.
Make sure to watch it out. If you like anything political, if you like anything conspiratorial, if you'd like just seeing a white lady talk about cool stuff, make sure to check it out.
That's what
We
we're
did the
saying.
production on it. So
Yes,
it's
we did.
pretty cool, I would have to say.
Pretty
Thank you guys
cool.
so much for watching this week. We'll see you guys on the next one.